Have you ever wondered what causes a society to rise up, overthrow its rulers, and reshape its future? As we delve into the late 18th century, a time of tumult and transformation, we find ourselves in the heart of France, on the cusp of a revolution. The French Revolution, a pivotal moment in history, was not an isolated event but a culmination of economic, social, and political pressures. France was in the throes of a financial crisis, crippled by the burden of funding the American Revolution. The three estates of French society, the clergy, the nobility, and the commoners, were marked by stark inequality, breeding resentment and discontent. To add fuel to the fire, widespread famine and disease had swept the nation, pushing the people to the brink. All these factors coalesced, creating a perfect storm. The stage was set for a revolution that would change the course of history. A July 14th, 1789, a date that would go down in history as the day the French people took a stand. The Bastille, a fortress prison in Paris, was not just a building, but a potent symbol of the monarchy's absolute and arbitrary power. Its towering walls and grim dungeons were the embodiment of royal tyranny. On this fateful day, the ordinary citizens of France, fueled by anger and a burning desire for liberty, stormed the Bastille. It was a daring assault, a bold statement against the oppressive regime. The fortress, thought invincible, fell before the people's will. The storming of the Bastille was a decisive moment, a spark that ignited the flame of the French Revolution. This act of defiance, of rebellion, was more than just a physical victory. It was the shattering of an oppressive symbol, the first step towards freedom. With the fall of the Bastille, the revolution had truly begun. In the name of liberty, equality, and fraternity, the French Revolution took a dark turn. As the revolution progressed, the ideals of freedom and equality gave way to something far more sinister: the Reign of Terror. This period saw the rise of radical factions, most notably the Jacobins, who were determined to eliminate all opposition to their cause. The Jacobins, led by the charismatic and ruthless Maximilien Robespierre, believed in the power of the people. They sought to create a democratic republic, free from the shackles of monarchy, but their vision of democracy was far from peaceful. It was during this time that the guillotine, a terrifying symbol of the revolution, became a common sight on the streets of Paris. The guillotine, invented as a humane method of execution, was seen as an equalizer, a machine that made no distinctions between the rich and the poor. It was during the Reign of Terror that King Louis XVI met his end under its blade, his execution marking a significant turning point in the revolution. Robespierre, the mastermind behind the Reign of Terror, was a paradoxical figure. His vision for a new France was built on the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity. Yet his methods were anything but fraternal. Under his rule, anyone who opposed the revolution, whether they were royalists, moderates, or even fellow revolutionaries, were deemed enemies of the state and sent to the guillotine. The Reign of Terror was a dark and bloody period in the French Revolution. It was a time of paranoia and violence, where the ideals of the revolution were twisted and distorted. The streets of Paris ran red with the blood of the revolution's enemies, real or perceived. And yet, it was this very Reign of Terror that ultimately led to the downfall of Robespierre. His relentless pursuit of a utopian republic, his disregard for due process, and his indiscriminate use of the guillotine eventually turned public sentiment against him. The Reign of Terror, a dark period of the revolution, ended with the fall of its architect, Robespierre. The excesses of the revolution eventually gave way to a desire for stability. In the aftermath of the French Revolution, France found itself in a state of disarray. The Reign of Terror had left a bitter taste, and the French people yearned for a sense of normalcy and order. Emerging from this chaos, a figure of strength and stability rose to prominence: Napoleon Bonaparte. A military genius, he seized power in a coup d'état in the year 1800, marking the end of the French Revolution and the beginning of the French consulate. Napoleon's rule brought much-needed stability and order to the nation. and his Napoleonic Code became a model for legal systems worldwide. But the French Revolution was more than just a period of upheaval and change within France. It had far-reaching effects, influencing and shaping the world in ways that are still evident today. One such legacy is the spread of nationalism. The French Revolution had ignited a sense of national identity and unity among the French people. This sentiment spread across Europe and beyond, leading to the rise of nation-states and the eventual decline of empires. The revolution also cemented the idea of popular sovereignty, the belief that the ultimate source of political power rests with the people. It was a radical shift from the divine right of kings and became a cornerstone of democratic governance. Moreover, the French Revolution served as an inspiration for future revolutions around the world. Its ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity resonated with people yearning for change, igniting sparks of revolution in places near and far. The French Revolution, therefore, was not just a chapter in French history. It was a turning point in world history, a catalyst for change that reshaped our understanding of society and governance. The French Revolution, a tumultuous period of great change, left an indelible mark on the world and continues to influence our understanding of democracy and human rights. The French Revolution was a complex, multifaceted event that forever changed the face of history. It was a tumultuous period, sparked by widespread discontentment among the populace, fueled by economic hardship, social inequality, and political corruption. The storming of the Bastille became a symbol of this uprising, a powerful testament to the people's resolve to fight for their rights. The reign of terror that followed was a dark chapter, casting a shadow of fear and uncertainty. Yet it was also a time of profound transformation, with the old order crumbling to make way for new ideas and institutions. The aftermath saw the rise of Napoleon, and the legacy of the revolution reached far beyond the borders of France. It ignited a global discourse on democracy, human rights, and citizenship, shaping the political landscape of the modern world. In the end, the French Revolution serves as a powerful reminder of the potential of the people to shape their own destiny.